Hey, you kids. You're not supposed to be in here.
Ah yes, we've returned to Monkey Island. And by we, I mean you, me, Ron Gilbert, Dave Grossman, my mom. Yes, my mom returned to Monkey Island too. Everyone. In what may have been the biggest adventure game announcement of the year, in Q2 we learned that there will be another Monkey Island game and that it will be captained by Ron Gilbert himself. But then again, that announcement didn't first come in Q2 of 2022. No, I predicted that there will be a new game a year earlier based on nothing but tea leaves and intuition. I don't want to toot my own horn, but toot toot. The build-up to the release was huge. The buzz was loud. We ran to Twitter every Monday to get a glimpse of a new screenshot or video that Gilbert would tease. It felt like being an adventure game fan in 1997 again, without, the awkward body changes and schoolwork. Everyone had an opinion on this game. Many were bent over the graphical style that the team chose to go with. Ron Gilbert got bent that everybody else was bent. Me? I was just sitting back there watching it all play out while munching on popcorn. Then the release came out and boom! The world melted in adoration. People were racing to be the first to congratulate Ron and the Terrible Toy Box team. But really, was the game actually good? And did it live up to the buzz? The short answer, yes and yes. The long answer, well, let's review it. Story. Spoilers. Duh. Remember the LeChuck's Revenge ending where we found out that everything was just the overactive imagination of a couple young children, Guybrush and Chucky? Or was it? Well, Ron Gilbert promised us answers. Return starts where LeChuck's Revenge left off, supposedly. The two Kid brothers come out of the amusement park and go to say hi to their parents. Except apparently they're not brothers, and apparently those are not their parents. This guy is. Now I'm even more confused than I was before. Are these the same kids at the end of LeChuck's Revenge? If so, was LeChuck's Revenge even real? If not, are they just reenacting Guybrush and LeChuck's duel? If so, why do they look exactly the way that they did at the end of LeChuck's Revenge? And who the heck is Chucky if not Guybrush's or Boybrush's brother? Is it LeChuck's son? If so, how did an undead recreate? I mean, I know how babies are made, but who would lie down with him? Let's just focus on this game, get to the end, and maybe we'll have more clarity. There's no way that Ron Gilbert will pull the rug out from under us with another head-spinning what ending again, right? So as I mentioned, you start out as a kiddo named Boybrush. Boybrush finds an old vagrant pirate that I guess is Old Man Guybrush. And after some prodding, Guybrush is talked into finally revealing the story as to how he finally found the secret to Monkey Island. By the way, who the heck is this? And what did she do to the really lame Marley?
I found the lost map to the treasure of Maya Island. It's going to be a fun adventure.
Having learned that LeChuck has obtained a map to the exact location of the secret, Guybrush travels to Melee Island in an attempt to gather a crew and ship and get there first. But the new pirate leaders, Madison, Lila, and Trent, refuse to back his venture. And holy crap, these guys are cool. Listen to this music. With his options limited, Guybrush must join the crew of LeChuck in order to set sail. In order to join the crew, you need to make a mop. And what the heck did you just do? You don't dare question the great Guybrush Threepwood! Guybrush obtains a magical eye patch and disguises himself as a zombie, allowing him to infiltrate LeChuck's crew before they shove off. Along the way, the potion used to guide the ship to Monkey Island is ruined, and Guybrush discovers that the pirate leaders are also heading for Monkey Island and secretly completes the potion so that LeChuck's ship can follow them. Hey look, it's Murray.
Indeed, I am Murray, the all-powerful demonic skull.
Not really. Murray's pretty much worthless with the exception of scaring old geezers and cracking a few jokes. In a good way. I love me some Murray. As they approach the island, Guybrush takes LeChuck's map and replaces it with a fake. But in typical Guybrush fashion, he accidentally removes his eye patch and LeChuck throws Guybrush overboard. After washing up on Monkey Island, Guybrush follows the map but falls into a trap by the pirate leaders who intended it for LeChuck. As they have the real map but it's magically encrypted, they agree to a truce to find the secret location. With Guybrush's help, the map reveals the secret to be at the International House of Mojo on Melee Island. Go figure. The pirate leaders betray Guybrush and throw him off a cliff before setting sail. LeChuck, realizing the deception, pursues them. Elaine arrives to help Guybrush, and once again, who the heck is this woman?
Come back with me to Scurvy Island. I'll take a break from the Scurvy project to nurse you back to health.
Arriving at the International House of Mojo, Guybrush learns that the secret is hidden inside a safe locked by 5 golden keys which have been scattered. Following a series of clues, Guybrush travels the Caribbean to find each of the keys. He enters a cave, ruins Herman Toothrot's day once again, and leaves him stuck in said cave to die. How could you do that? You don't question the great Guybrush Threepwood. As Guybrush continues to search for the keys, he leaves a trail of destruction in which we will dare not question. In his absence, LeChuck and the pirate leaders attempt to use magic to open the safe instead, but they eventually turn on one another. After obtaining the last key by blowing up a pufferfish from his poo-poo hole, Guybrush opens the safe, only to find it's a locked chest. LeChuck appears and steals the chest, taking it back to Monkey Island to perform the necessary ritual to open and obtain the secret. Guybrush and Elaine follow, though Elaine repeatedly questions if the secret could live up to his expectations. Descending beneath Monkey Island, Guybrush solves a string of puzzles through the catacomb and opens a hidden door. Oh yeah, we're gonna finally find out what the secret of Monkey Island is! Wait, what? No. What the heck? Oh, Ron, you did it to us again. Guybrush emerges in a theme park recreation of Melee Island, revealing LeChuck and the others to all be animatronics. Guybrush opens a chest containing the secret and finds out that it's a novelty t-shirt inside. Yeah, that happened, guys. Oh gosh. Alright, graphics. Now that we got the story out of the way, I thought I'd touch a little bit more on the controversy over said graphics. I bet everyone who was crying feels really bad right now because the graphics ended up being super nice. Some would call them charming. I'm not sure why people were complaining anyways. Every Monkey Island game that's been introduced to us has always had different graphical styles, and almost every time, the games ended up fantastic. Why would we think that Ron Gilbert would pen a loser? Oh, and by the way, this wasn't a loser, as evidenced by it earning Game of the Year. The production value of this game was as close to AAA as we've seen in an adventure since The Longest Journey. The voice acting was brilliant. The long-known LeChuck that has always been voiced by the great Earl Bowen has been replaced, and it didn't bother me at all. Normally, when games replace a long-known voice with a new one, it gets distracting. I'm talking about you, Simon the Sorcerer. But Jess Arnell has given us his own style, and it stuck the landing.
Exact location of the secret of Monkey Island.
As always, Don Marmato gives us the performance that we've come to expect from him and from Guybrush Threepwood. Top shelf. That music. Oh, baby, it's phenomenal. 1 minute, Guybrush is clinging to life, and the orchestra is like, boom! The next minute, Guybrush is making woodland critters cry, and the score is like, The music hits you right where you want it. Put those headphones on, kids, and let it tickle your ears. The UI wasn't my cup of tea. It was clearly made with platforms in mind. The layout and the inventory were a little too layman's. It made it too obvious what inventory items we can and cannot mix together. Can we talk about the puzzles? Can we discuss how easy this game was? I played this on hard mode. If that was hard mode, I'd hate to see what easy mode was. Does Guybrush just tell you what you need to do when you click on something? Because I feel like even in hard mode, I never was at a loss as to what to do. And there's a hint system. If you used a hint, shame on you. I used the hint once and I hated myself when I realized how simple it was. I guess it says something as to where we are as a society when we want everything so easy that we cannot play a game that has any level of challenge. I do feel like Ron and the team are guilty of fearing the backlash of those who cannot be bothered to sit in our comfy chairs and think. If I wanted to play an easy Monkey Island, I would play a real easy mode, or I'd just watch Pirates of the Caribbean so that I wouldn't have to use any brain power. So, there you go. Monkey Island. What was it worth the buzz? Yeah. It was hilarious with wonderful production, great playability, and an overall enjoyable reunion with our old pirate friends. Could have been a little harder? Yeah. Was I deflated at the end? Yeah. But overall, it was a very good game. If you don't believe me, check out a more professional review from the source for everything adventure games, adventuregamehotspot.com. Link is in the description. If you like what you saw, like it. Then hit subscribe if you haven't already. But definitely go to our website at Adventure Game Hotspot to take part in the Adventure Game festivities. I'm Joshua with Weird Gaming Adventure and Adventure Game Hotspot, and we love you in a weird way. We'll see you guys in the next video, my friends.